GB News presenter Ellie Costello launched a brutal grilling at Labour's Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson over the U.S. trade wars. GB News presenter Ellie Costello and Eamon Holmes were joined by Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson, and as they put forward the questions about the U.S. trade wars, the Labour MP was faced with a brutal grilling. This came as Brits anxiously await President Donald Trump's tariff announcement, which could send prices spiraling after he previously announced that UK steel will now face a 25% import tax, potentially driving the country further into a recession. Later this evening, the U.S. president will unveil the sweeping new tariffs from the White House Rose Garden in what he has dubbed Liberation Day. Speaking to Phillipson on the breakfast program, Ellie said, "We're expecting an announcement from President Trump on these tariffs. We're told about this 11th-hour bid by the government to halt a trade war, a special carve-out for the United Kingdom. Where are we at with that deal with the U.S.?" Before she raged, "Why weren't we prepared?" The politician responded, "We're working really hard to secure the best possible deal that's in Britain's national interest. Jonathan Reynolds, our business secretary, has been involved in intensive talks in recent weeks and months with a view to securing that deal. We are in a good position to do so, but we are prepared for any eventuality that arises, and all options do have to remain on the table. The last thing that any of us would want is a trade war with the US, but we do have to reserve our position in this matter." However, Ellie was unimpressed as she probed, "Why were you not more prepared for this? You've had 9 months to prepare for these tariffs being slapped on by President Trump. He's always been vocal about it. He slapped tariffs on steel in his first term. You knew this was coming down the track. Why is it coming at the 11th hour?" Phillipson responded, "We're in a really strong position to get a deal, and those discussions are still underway. I think we're in the strongest position of any country to try and secure that. But of course the US have to be a part of that negotiation. President Donald Trump will, of course, be seeking to do what he believes is right by his nation, as we are doing, and getting the best possible deal for the British people." Since he resumed office in January, the U.S. president has been fighting against what he believes are America's unfair trading conditions. Trump has not yet disclosed the full extent of the demand but has threatened to slap them on all countries. He did, however, confirm a 25% tax on all cars imported to the U.S. He told NBC News that he did not care if the cost of vehicles increased due to the tariffs, and suggested cars with more parts from the U.S. would be more competitively priced.